text the other day. We're looking at wanted you to speak on the implication of the increment of the VAT with respect to in a short while now the implementation of the minimum wage will go into full swing. So what's the implications? Is there like an advantage to who stands to gain and who stands to lose with the increment of the VAT?
Well, okay, thank you very much. My name is Onalo, and to give in to your question quickly, I think that the increase in VAT, value-added tax, at this point is not advisable, to be honest. I think government should consider the welfare of Nigerians. All over the world, Nigeria is perceived as the world capital for poor people. And if you are increasing minimum wage and at the same time you come with another increase in VAT, it's a tragic, it's a double jeopardy. It doesn't really, it mix up well with the economic detect. We are trying to increase the processing power of the average Nigerian. Yes, we know that not everybody goes to organized markets where VAT is charged. Okay, for example, market women don't collect VAT when they are selling to their customers. But much more than that, the middle class, who also trickle down to, in one way or the other, buying from the downtrodden, what we call the small e economists. And these are people who are not yet captured in the mainstream of economic activities. A larger proportion of market is not captured by the government to be able to apply tax regime with a view to increasing the federal revenue. So be that as it may, I think that this government should take an exception that it is not wise to increase VAT and at the same time, put the new minimum wage into the marketplace. Having said that, the concept of VAT is not even is not a welcome idea because industries are not producing. We also said the rich also cry, actually. How many credible investors do we have in Nigeria? And if you look at the middle class, there is a lot of uncertainties in virtually all industries. The purchasing power, whether you like it or not, has sharply dropped. Assuming Nigeria is able to fight corruption, successfully, you would have been able to see the clear level of people that we regard as middle class in terms of their net worth, in relation to liquidity, cash availability for them to spend. But because we are not able to record significant success in fighting corruption, we tend to see that Nigerians has money. But these are few people, majority of Nigerians who are struggling, maybe professionals, who are managers, who are supervisors, who are officers, who are at certain level of directorate level. There are some decent ones. They'll find it extremely difficult to really welcome a new VAT increase. It doesn't make any sense. But I think I can understand the apprehension of the government. Government is also faced with a lot of capital projects that they need to develop in order to move the economy forward. But then, at all times, it's becoming a ritual that every successive government is coming back to the consumers to mop fund from them as if it is well with the consumers. It is not well with the average Nigerians. I think what we need to do is to shut down on some expenses that are not immediately translating into the well-being of the economy. If you look at the recurrent expenditure, for instance, you cannot be looking at VAT, collecting more money from the dying consumers when certain class of elites, maybe political class, moving out in and out of the country, filled with the trolley coming in, they buy a lot, you see them driving expensive cars, own expensive houses wherever. I think government can devise means to impose severe tax on certain class of well-to-do individuals than the generalization that the VAT has to be increased. You will kill people. There will be revolt. It is not fair for the government to do. And I have confidence that this government certainly will not go ahead to increase the VAT because it's not a wise thing to do at this point in time.
Thank you very much, sir. So my next question is on the Institute of Credit Management Administration. We're looking at the importance, what Nigeria stands to gain, because it's not in operation at present in Nigeria. Credit management, like people making business transactions on the credit.
Well, credit management is at work in Nigeria, but it is not allowed to create the important, contribution it normally makes to economic growth and wealth creation. Few manufacturing companies that we have, although they are not producing to the full capacity, but they have distributors. And some of the distributors that they sold their products to buys them on credit. They give them credit terms. Take it today, at the end of the month, 30th of every month, come and pay what you've sold. Credit is all over. The telecommunication companies, I don't want to mention their name, or the telecom providers, they have a credit product that goes to their customers, post-paid, at the end of the month, to make your calls, at the end of the month, we'll send you a bill. That is consumer credit. We also have oil and gas. There's so much credit in oil and gas that the oil and gas company sells to their customers. Again, at the end of the month, they come and pay. In agricultural sector, I don't want to emphasize much on the general purpose ones, the one that people's mind goes to, which is banking and finance. You have banks everywhere, and so much money government has released to the central bank, and central bank has channeled that fund to some credit institutions like Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture. That is another one with a very long name, agric something incentive, risk sharing incentive. Risk sharing incentive means someone is giving out credit to another sector of the economy, and this guy has come to stand in between those who are taking that loan facility and those who are giving it. So you can see credit is really growing. Nigeria is a massive economy, and believe you me, if we can have a credible leadership, in the next 15-30 years, this country will be like America. First, Nigeria has passion for good things. Consumer credit is yet to come, and it is really staring on our faces as a people. If you have shopping malls, supermarket, and nice product produced, even go to the furniture company, for example, manufacturing company that produce furnitures, they sell some credit. And the sophisticated electronic items like this camera you are using, computers, laptop and all that, go to the market. Majority of the Nigerian importers buys on credit. So that is to say that credit is all around us. Very soon, as we have ATM to go to cash, because we decided as a country to deal with a cash-based economy and introduce cashless, society, cashless system. We are going to soon have avalanche of credit card. What we have now is debit card. The credit card enables you to buy within a certain limit against the backdrop of your income. You can go anywhere where your card is accepted, you buy against your salary. that you, who is a reporter with NTA now, the credit system will help to moderate your behavior in the workplace, because if you buy on credit using your credit card, and at the end of the month your money paid to you by your employer is not sufficient to take care of the credit you have collected from different merchant outlets here and there, then it impacts negatively on your personal integrity, on your personal reputation. So we are going to say that banks, I'm waiting for Nigerian banks to be more innovative and to be flexible as well. Open up the fiesta of collaboration with some specialists, some professionals, like credit professionals, who can set up a credit card company in collaboration with the banks, and said executive directors or general managers or managing directors, their wives, let's create credit card with a limit of maybe $500,000, depending on if someone is on 1.5 million every month, 1.5 million every month, 2 million every month. You can't give cash, to your wife. You can create credit card and said spend within the limit of $500,000. It also helps to control a financial behavior as well. So, but the point is how it impacts on you and I, everyone in the society, is that if you have credit card and you misbehave in your place of work, you'll be fired. In other words, credit card introduction can help to reorganize, reculturalize our behavior, to behave normally, and to give respect to rules and regulations. Anything that could come and affect your revenue channels, you wouldn't want that to happen. So it controls our behavior. The word there is integrity, the word there is honesty. So credit system is not just a profession, it is a system itself. We want to do away with cash, because cash retards economic growth. And if people want to buy this your camera, and it's only when I have the cash, you can imagine how long it will take me to get this camera, because I got to save. But if it is, this camera, you can buy it and pay maybe 5% or 10% instant deposit, then the balance I can pay over a period of maybe six months or 1 year or 24 months, as the case may be. It makes me able to get this camera. And because I acquire it on credit, the usage of it again would be very, very, careful. I wouldn't want to, handle it in such a way that this camera will get destroyed. Because if it gets destroyed, I've lost its total value, but I'm obligated to pay it back. The seller is not interested in how I keep it. Of course, part of the assessment will be, where are you going to keep this camera? And do you have to insure it? Again, you see the trigger. It will go back to the insurance company. Insurance company will now be coming up with different kinds of products to say, we want to insure the camera, we want to insure your laptop, we want to insure your entire office, just in case any eventuality occurs. Then I may not have the compensation, but the insurance company will now say, hey, we take responsibility for that. You see, we must come to this, for goodness sake. There is no way any other system of economy can create wealth, create job for any country in the world other than the credit system.